So it's time for game number 13 in the one-day league, Division 3.8. We pretty much got the title sewn up. I think it's actually sewn up. It's mathematically impossible for me to finish second now. But if you win all your matches and you get a decent run rate, you end up in a higher position. And I think that means you end up in an easier league. I don't really know that for sure. But certainly if you finish in the bottom half of teams, out of all the teams going up, then you go into a playoff match. So you don't want to be in the bottom half. You need to be in the top. But I think you then get swapped with the team that is... Like if you finish top, you get swapped with the worst team. But yeah, I should probably look into that. I have not as yet. So we're playing SRO. They are, I think, just below Preston and Gorick CC. I'm trying not to look at league position on this page because the matches get played overnight. Because I'm in the Australian League, but I live in England, which is, I don't know why I did that, but I've always done that. And it means the matches for Battrick are on at the most ridiculously awkward time. They kick off. They don't kick off in cricket, do they? They start at around half midnight, and then they finish kind of 7 in the morning. So it's literally the time you're supposed to be asleep. So the matches are always done when I wake up. So what I've done in this Chrome extension is hide the result. So when I go to the fixtures page, it says TBC now on the most recent match, which is fine. But if I can somehow avoid looking at league position on this page, because if that's changed, I'm going to know the result anyway. So let's just have a browse through and look at the manager for SRO, and it is Chris K. They have been playing since 2011. Chris K, 13 years in the game. He's managed to only log in twice in the last... His addiction is, on the proof of this, not as bad as your average person. He's got 2 teams, Shipley Rams from Yorkshire and SRO from Australia. So possibly this is another person who lives in England and is playing the game. But SRO, for saying that's his second team, they're doing all right. They're in Division 3. Let's look at their history in the one day. Division 5, Division 5, Division 6, Division 4, 4-3, a few seasons back in 4. And then, yeah, they've managed to get up to Division 3 again. Unfortunately, they only finished second last season, didn't manage to get promoted. And this year, as we've talked about before, me and Gurick, so Preston and Gurick, both very strong sides, came into Division 3.8. So SRO, any chance of getting up to Division 2 have been put on hold. Let's look at the fixtures. So as you can see there, it says TBC on it. So, now what I usually do is actually look at their squad and transfers as well, don't I? Let's just open those pages. Squad. So they've got Pippi Leaker. Pippi Leaker. Oh, good one. So, wage of 15. Okay, so their salaries are not that high. Last time I played Snow Bears, who had a lot of players, I think it was 4 players over 100 grand. These guys, they've only got 4 between 50 and 100, and even those, none of them are over 60 grand. PP Leaker. Let's have a look at him. I'll have a look at all of these ones. PP Leaker. He's never played a match. What's going on there? Never played a one-day match. Never been transferred. Is he just training him up? 23 years old. Hang on. Okay, I'm quite confused about this. He's played in the under-19 one days. Okay. PP Leaker. Trained up to a rating of 65,000. Has never played a match. Interesting. Bello Coppard is a batter. You can see that by his stats. Has never bowled in the one day anyway. Got an average of 100. Decent batter. Bello Coppard. Keep an eye out for this guy. 31 though. So SRO, it's probably not got a huge amount of value now. Now he's past kind of the 28 kind of range. Paul Seri, also batter. 27 years old, so kind of at his peak for value. George Cullip, also a batter. Do SRO have any bowlers? Quintin Colohan, also a batter. Right. This is a strategy, isn't it? SRO do not bother buying bowlers. So, I could look through, but I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to keep an eye on those players. Let's have a look at their recent transfers. Well, not many recent transfers. In a year and a bit ago, they sold PP Seiler for £1,000. This guy likes his funny names, doesn't he? Romley Ramulas got sold for 360. Lawasi Iatiro, 1.1 million. William, a few over $1 million. Brought in Stu O'Galcoba, £4 million. So Stu O'Galcoba, that guy, 28 years old, rating of 44,000. Spent a lot of money on him, and his rating now is 44,000. Back then it was 43, so he's not trained him. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Transfers done. These total sales are 32 million, total purchases 51 million. This is a sign of a player who's not bothered about the transfer market, not bothered about making massive profits to go on a big run. So fair enough. They're in Division 3 anyway, probably based on training up the players they've got and sticking with them. Okay, so let's have a look at their history. Have we already done that? I think we've already done that. History is done. Fixtures done. Let's get on with the match. So, Preston versus SRO. Preston won the toss and wanted to bat. Like to have a bat. Let's get some decent runs. If you choose to bowl and you're a strong team, sometimes your games are over very quickly without being too big-headed about that. So let's get some scores. Saf and Hitchmo, the openers, come in and 11 runs on the first over. That is tasty. Why is my screen... I set this up to... I've had the text too small. So if you've not been able to read anything that I've just been looking through, I apologise. I usually have it at this zoom setting, which pushes it over the screen and puts my camera there. Apologies again. So, don't make me say this guy's name. O'Galcaber to Saf. He's got absolutely battered there. 33 for naught. If Fuda takes a wicket though, Hitchmo, full and straight. The ball nibbles off the seam. Hitchmo feathers it to the keeper. Hitchmo, you moron. We're down to 38 to 1 is actually ridiculous. Very good score. Let's scoot through until over number 10. Saf's got a 50. So 10 overs, 107 for 1, run rate 10.7. Now I did notice SRO don't seem to have any bowlers on a decent wage. This is going to be their downfall, isn't it? My batters are mauling them. Let's go through. So mixed emotions in this over. Bashoon, I've never pronounced him like that. Bushan takes a 50, attempted Yorker, but it ends up full toss. But Saf, different delivery that would have been perfectly executed, cut short. I've read that wrong, haven't I? To a different delivery that would have been a perfectly executed cut shot. To this delivery, it was a thick top edge, safely pouched by Adoyo. So we have been pouched, and Saf is out. So Hitchmo and Saf gone, but now we've got the good batsman in. And hopefully we've taken the edge off the impetus in the bowlers that SRO do have. They're now bringing in Devro. What's Devro doing? Actually a much better performance. And Nunisa, better performance. 2 runs in the last couple of overs. Devro only 2. Nunisa only 2. Let's get through to the 20th. So 159 for 2. Run rate of nearly 8. But they have pulled that run rate way back. Devro and Talisa, was it? No, she was from N-Dubs. Nunisa. That's the one. Nunisa. Elijah's back in and we're getting runs again. Nunisa. Now Elijah's. Nunisa's had a dropped catch. May prove costly. Elijah takes out Musalia in a horrible collision of idioms. Musalia's bat is hung out to dry and he is stitched up like a kipper. Well caught by Adoyo again. Good catching, Adoyo. But Elijah is... Well, he's only letting 2 runs there, actually, to be fair. I won't be too cruel. Let's get to the 30th over. 30 overs played. 219 for 3. Run rate of 7.3. That's a decent score. Bushan gets a century. Turley's out. Don't blame it on the ball shine. Don't blame it on the great flight. Don't blame it on the crease line. Blame it on the googly. That is some incredible commentary. Nunisa takes out Turley with... Is that Jackson 5? Do we still talk about Jackson 5? I suppose 4 of them. And I'm not getting into this. Turley has gone. Sayuj has gone. Devro's got him. Devo, do you remember Devo from back in the old internet? Devo, a bit of a legend. Also, I don't want to get into what Devo got up to. Back in the innocent days of the internet. Over 39. Last over 40s. Last over of the 40s. I'm making no sense today. The 40th over would make it more clear. Devro gets another 10 runs against him. This is a decent score. We're up in the run rate of 7. Let's get through the last 10. Matheson is in. Bushan is in. Bushan's still in, actually. He's in from very early. What's he on? 129? Matheson gets a 50. Matheson's the wicketkeeper. 50 overs played. 351 for 5. Run rate of 7. SRO have good batters, though. Well, good for SRO. Not trying to be too mean, but they're only around 58,000 £58,000 a week, aren't they? So here we go. Taj is in to Cohalan, whatever. Parlane to Seri. Hits him for a 4. 9 runs there. 5 runs there. Only 2 there. So we're 10 overs in, and they've got 58 runs. Run rate of 5.8. They now need 7.3 from every over going forwards. Well, that was not bad. 7. Another 7. Oh, there's a 3. Anything under 7. 10 there. Decent. Cohallen has gone. So Coppard steps in. I remember Coppard from our little squad overview. Coppard and Seri. Oh, dropped there. Rono dropped him. So let's get to the 20th over. Seri's got 50. They've got a run rate of 6.3, but they need 7.5 now. So they're steady, but they're not catching up. And as the overs run down, they're going to start running out of balls to catch up with me. So Reddington and Rono, both very high salary. I can't remember what they're on. About 100 grand or something like that. Reddington's a spinner. Past the halfway mark. Oh, a brutal over. They've lost Seri and Kulip. Seri trying to play the cut. Too close to him to play that shot. And Kulip, lazy waft at a nothing ball outside off. He's going to regret that. Matheson, and makes the most of it with a dramatic tumble. So Rono's taken 2. Good old Rono. Let's get to the 30th over. They're on 183 for 3. Run rate is 6.1. They need 8.4 now. The game is slipping away for SRO, and that is Coppard out. Thick edge. Flew straight to third slip. And he's mobbed. He's absolutely mobbed. Saf is mobbed. I thought that was wrong for a minute, but he obviously caught him. Okay. Uwe's gone. We're starting to get through their batters now. 191 for 5. They didn't have a lot of decent batters, and I think most of the good ones have gone. Devro, I remember being a bowler. Adoyo, he took a few catches earlier on, but he's pitched on off. Straight in and hits the top of stump off. Beautiful seam bowling from Turley. Oh, Nanisa's gone. Yeah, they might not make it till the end of the innings here. 2-1-4 for 7. And Turley's dropped a catch. Elijah also out. Reddington's got him. Tried to play that through square leg, but Musali has managed to get in the way, taking a great reflex catch. 40th over. They've lost Devro as well. This is not looking good for SRO. They've got 10 overs to get through, and they're on some low-end batters. Ogalka, that chap, and Ifuda, and that's it. 40.6. They've not made it to the end. They were on 216 for 9. Let's look at the old scorecard. Adoyo taking 3 catches, but they were let down by... They've let Bouchan score a lot of runs. Added to that, Matheson and Saf and Musalio and Turley did okay. Turley, 29 off 18 is pretty good. But the 68 off 44 for Saf and a 144 for Bouchan have won it. Their economy for their bowlers, very high for Ifuda and that guy. Yeah, my advice would be to bring in some new bowlers. Just out of interest, let's see the bowlers. This is presuming that SRO one day is a priority, and I've gone through them Rono has taken 4 wickets. Turley took 4. Reddington and Parlane. So my economies, Taj didn't do great. Turley not great, but all around a kind of level. So they played a Fooder as a bowler. He's on 44 grand and he's a fast medium bowler. 10 out of 10 bowling. 8 out of 10 fitness. They played this guy. Defensive medium pace bowler. Bowling form is okay. Fitness okay. Raymond Devro. Raymond. Strong bowling form. Lively fitness. Wages of 45 grand. And he's 33. Might be time to get rid of Raymond. And who else did they play? Nanisa. From N-Dubs. Wages of 39,000. Great form. 8 out of 10 fitness. And he's a finger spinner. So yeah, my advice, bit of an upgrade on your bowlers because your batters look alright. Wari Elijah, medium pace bowler. Wage of only 25,000. Elijah needs to be replaced, I think. He's only 22, so probably still holds some value. Probably brought in from the youth team. So yeah, I think SRO strategy is bring players in, train them up a bit, and then use them for until they get too old. Keep them to their 30s. So let's have a look at the league. Oh, we haven't looked at scores yet, have we? So I have beaten SRO. I've done Snow Bears a favour. It's because Snow Bears will have beaten Pot and Palmer. So Snow Bears are now level on points with Forested Banks. SRO have got a better run rate. Then it's Banks and it's Snow Bears. But Snow Bears play SRO in the last match. She's going to be a huge fixture in the Division 3.8 season. I've got Pot and Palmer last match, so I am heading for victory. Poor old Bray Park Yabbies couldn't even finish above a bot team. So it's the Spinners in third. Can Spinners finish above Gorick? What's the last match? Spinners are playing Forested Banks. Gorick are playing Bray Park Yabbies. So yeah, Gorick are going to win. Stanley are going to win. I'm going to win. It all comes down to SRO versus Snow Bears in the last match of the season. Let's have a look at the averages. See how Preston are doing. Bouchan, top performer. Priddle, I remember he played well against me. And Kimberley. Looks like Taggart has been sold by someone. Was he at SRO previously? He was at Gorick. They sold him for 4 million quid a month ago. So Musalia, my other top batsman, another. I mean, Bouchan's over 1,000 runs, 1.1 thousand. I don't know why I say 1.1 thousand. Very odd. 7 centuries. Taggart got 7. What's that? CT. Catches. Okay. Catches in the batters column. Let's have a look at this. The bowling averages. We've got Ulgani from Snow Bears. Very good bowling. But he's only done 3 matches. Sorry. He's only done 7 matches. Ended up with an economy of 3.4. That's very good, but did he only play against weaker sides? Reddington's played every match. 108 overs. And he has got wow, that's good, isn't it? 4.2 over a season. Turley's done alright as well. A bit of an all-rounder. Was Turley on this chart as well? 8th best batsman and 5th best bowler. Turley. What a guy. Now, I've just been slating a few of SRO's bowlers, and there they are. I'm getting very good stats, so maybe I know nothing. So yeah, let's close this down. And the thing we haven't looked at, quickest way to this, commentary, no, stats I want to look at. Now I've got 327, wrong one, 327, I've got 327 again. SRO have, middle order batsmen they need to improve. They're seam bowlers, and they probably need a bit of fielding. So yeah, 327. It's a decent score. Happy with that. Okay, so that is it. Match 13 done. So it means we go into the last game of the season. Not really anything to play for. We're blatantly going to win against Pot and Palmer. And we need to start thinking about next season and what we need to improve the squad, what we can afford, because our salary is already high. I'm spending about £1 million a week on wages. But there's always room for improvement. So yeah, maybe I'll do a video about how I'm going to improve. But I suppose also I need to know what league I'm going into. Because buying a load of players, increasing my wage per week, salaries per week, is going to eat into the finances. So yeah, let's see how it goes next week.